Welcome,
Uh,
welcome.
welcome
Drama
back.
docket.
I think this is our 30th episode, or
Wow.
it's
Our
almost
dirty
30.
30.
Our
Oh,
dirty 30, exactly. Well, hey, it's our whatever 30. It's a good time.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's all that matters.
All that matters. We're having a good time. We don't have Casey, but that's okay. We have
That's
Zelda.
okay. We'll
Everyone say
forgive
hi
her
to
this
Zelda.
week,
Yeah.
for
I mean,
having
she
a
has to,
grown-up
I guess
job, I guess.
it's so rude that she has to, get a job and work full time. Like, what kind of
And like
crap
be
is that?
mature, like quit being a doll. Like what?
Girl, we talked about that last week? No, I don't get Hey,
Yeah.
hopefully that will be us.
We're just not it yet.
We're not idiots. Speaking of that, do you want to dive into cold and pricklies and warm fuzzies? Because do I have a couple of cold and pricklies for you?
Give me them. Lay them on me.
Okay. Well, so today this is cold and prickly and warm and fuzzy, but I'll start with the cold and prickly part of it. So today I had my big boy job interview at the district attorney's office.
Yay.
So I was all dressed up in my green suit. Very exciting. Got the suit on sale. So I was like, I'm ready for the day. I had the bag you gave me, our matching bags. So
Amazing.
I brought my bag, I packed it full just to seem cool, seem like an adult, as you
Love
do.
it.
Because I had to seem like a professional. Well, first off, I had to park like a mile away because every other parking is like 2 hours, and they're like, you have to be here more than 2 hours. And I was like, more than 2 hours for this interview? Okay. So then I go, and I knew what it was going to be before, but so it starts with so I had to get up at the ass crack of dawn because then they were power washing my apartment, so I had to like leave before that began. It was quite a bit, and so then I get there really early, and I'm waiting around. They let me in. So the first part is you do a writing sample, like they give you a prompt, and you have to like argue something. It was like oh, there's two proposals for the city. You have to argue which one you think is better for the city. And I was like, okay, easy money. No,
Yeah.
I got, you get 30 minutes. Hey, I could be wrong, but I'll tell you why I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So did that, went fine. Then the next part, I have an hour where I'm given like a fact scenario like we do on the bar exam. And I have to figure out all the reasons certain pieces of evidence would be allowed in or wouldn't be allowed in, office advice to an officer, and like I have to respond to a defense of necessity, and then I have to do an opening statement, and they have to ask me all of the job questions they're supposed to ask you. So along with being drilled on law, which
Yeah.
I know we took the bar exam when I studied, but I was like, I don't. My mom's like, yeah, you're probably gonna have to know California law. Or you're gonna have to like address law on this, and I was like, fuck me, I can't just give an oral like
Like,
like,
yeah, like,
I can't just do
just
something. Can't give
let
a
them fall in
performance.
love with my personality.
Exactly.
Like,
Aren't I just good enough? Aren't I just such a good time?
yeah, they just look at the paper, see my qualifications, and
Yeah, like
check me
read, be
off.
like, hey, she'll ask a question or two. Like, I get it out of formality, but no, we have to go through it. Um, so it started at like 7:45. I didn't get out until 10:45. So I was just, and then I was just It's like when you take an exam, and you're like, the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
So that was exhausting. And I literally so part of it, I was like, okay, I think this is going well. Like I'm answering questions well. And then they basically wanted to ask me, they're like, well, you're from this community. So like, what problems do you have? What problems do you think are rampant in this community? They wanted me to basically say like the community was like crime ridden or something. I was like, I don't know what to start like tried to give some like things and they go, no, come on. Like, don't you like, isn't it like, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. There's so much crime, and I would, recommend people not come to this part of town. I was like, I don't know what you want. Just tell me what you want, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But so that wasn't. So then after that, I was like, okay. And so then they're like, so now we're going to go through the part of the hypothetical where we ask you all these questions. So we need you to like show us your work, like explain like why I think they should be let in or not let in, or and then like give us your reasoning. And I was like, okay, so it's going well. I think it's going well. And then he's like, okay, but yeah, like really, are you sure? Like, let's like, what is a principle? Like, what is a principle of criminal law of criminal procedure that would like really like let this come in? And I was like, I just kind of sat there for a second. I really wanted to say, I don't know, but I was like, let me think back. He starts like kind of give me hints, and I know him, but he like starts to give me hints, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, it's definitely that catch up because it's the one where it's like inevitable discovery doctrine, and I was like, oh yeah. So then I explained it, and then like it was just a lot. And I left meeting being like, I feel like that didn't go well. Like I expected it to go. I assumed I'd leave and go, it was great. Like I killed it. And then no, it didn't go that way. But I was like, and I called my mom, and then I called Kevin. Like, no, it's fine. Like, you're gonna feel this way, but like, You did the best you can. You can't worry about it. And I was like, yeah, but like I worry about it. Like it's just like because I knew some of them, and I was like, I feel like personal didn't tell me this because they didn't have a facial reaction that they expected that I would do better, and I didn't do better, and I failed them. That's how I feel. That's
We are the same person. I
Yeah.
completely get how you feel that way.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would probably
exactly.
feel the exact same way.
Exactly.
My
I
dad
do
has
get
been
it.
telling me, he's always like, because I'm like, I'm applying to all these jobs. And he's like, but Jenna, you're not going to get every job. Like, people are
Right.
going to tell you no. And that's okay.
Exactly. That's
But
my
we're
only
just such people pleasers that we're like, no, we can't disappoint you, even though we don't know you. Like,
right. Like
I
I
have
don't
no
like
clue who you are, but like, I want to impress you. I want you to be
you're
proud of
right.
me.
Like obviously you should be proud of me. And like they smiled a couple of times, but like they didn't smile during parts of it. And I was like, I know you're trying to stay neutral because you don't want to like you don't want to indicate to me that like it's going well or it's not going well, but like just tell me it's going well. Like
Just
I
a
need
little
to know. It's
encouragement.
like a little bit like you're doing okay. Like I just like because again, it's like I have been up since like 6 a.m. thinking about this, like trying to figure out what's going on. And then I've like been just sitting in office, like because they give me an office to work in to like, work on my hypothetical stuff. And I was like, I've just been freaking out. Like, I just need hey, you're doing okay. Like that would be, but hey,
Yeah.
it's okay. I get they
Hey,
can't
you
do that.
survived it.
It's okay. I lived. That's what I was saying. Like my mom was like, it's done. And I was like,
Yep.
true.
It didn't
I
kill you.
like the bar exam didn't kill me and it's over and I can't do anything about it. Like it's over.
Exactly. Just
So
gotta accept it and move on.
exactly. And there were times where like I gave an answer. They're like, so what made you want to apply to the district attorney's office? And I was like, well, I talked to my mom and she was like, since she started as a district attorney, like she thought it'd be a good idea if I started at the office. So later on they go, one of them was like, I have a lingering question. I just want to ask you. I don't want to like leave it lingering in my mind. So you said started. Do you intend on like starting here and then eventually leaving? And I was like,
Oops.
no. It's like my mom knew that like that was gonna come out like if I said it that way. So I planned. I was like, oh no, I don't intend on leaving. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where to start at it because I have to start somewhere. And so like I intend to start I wanted to start here because of my experience last summer and I think it's a great office and and then but like I really intend on staying here. Like unless some life event occurs that, causes me
Yeah.
to leave, I intend on staying here because I like it would be it'd be like such an honor to work here. I really tried to turn around. He's like, oh, okay. And I was like, God bless. I was like, whoopsie daisies, everyone. But yeah, no, it was odd. That
Yeah.
was my one cold prick. Because my other one, and then I will pass it on to you, is so I have a friend who needed me to watch her dog, and the dog is very old and frail. I'll send you a photo later. He's like 15 years old. It's just rough. It's rough. He's rough. Like I worry every second of every day he's just gonna depart the world and like cross the rainbow bridge. Like he's so unwell looking. Like I've been having to watch him, so I was only supposed to watch him for 3 days. Now I'm watching him for 6. And yeah, it's been and like every day I worry he's gonna go to the bathroom somewhere he's not supposed to. I worry he's gonna like die. Then Kevin was mad at me about it because I agreed before asking him, which I'm so used to doing something on my own, I don't ask. Yeah, I think you can understand.
Why ask when you could just like ask for forgiveness later?
I don't even know if it was it was a part of that, but it was also like you and you've taught me really well. I become so independent, like I
That you
kind of
just
forget I'm
yeah.
married, and I forget to be like, hey, someone asked if I can watch the dog. Is that okay? And I didn't even didn't cross my mind. So he was mad at me for a little bit. So this is my second apology on the podcast when he listens. I apologize, Kevin. I made a mistake. You were right. I shouldn't have done it. We're here today. But yeah, so that's been my week. Now,
Wow.
so what's been going on with you? Or the
Me,
bad?
let's
What's
see.
your cold and prickly?
My cold and prickly. So I DoorDashed today.
Okay.
And I had some hiccups. So I DoorDashed yesterday too. Yesterday
Okay.
was great. I listened to
Yeah.
music the whole day. I was literally came home in like a great mood, was like dancing in the kitchen, the whole thing.
Love.
Today, on the other hand, not so good. I had one incident where they took me, like I followed the little GPS, you know how it tells you
Yeah.
where to go to. Went to the exact house that it had little like dots to it, delivered the food, left.
Mhm.
Now it's calling me, and I'm like, I must put it in the wrong place. But I'm like, I gotta go to my next order. Decline. I don't want to talk to no one. I'm like, sorry, too bad, so sad. Like I can't.
Yeah. Fair.
So then finally I answered, and they're like, you delivered it to the wrong house. And I'm like, I am 25 minutes away delivering another order right now. Like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Like, I took it where the GPS told me. Sorry.
Right.
So then, like, 2 deliveries later, don't I have to re-deliver that order? So, but to be fair, I'm gonna explain it this
Okay,
time.
no, please,
So
please
I
explain.
followed the GPS. It took me
Okay.
exactly the same place it took me the prior time.
Right.
But I knew from my past experience that that was not the right house.
Right.
So I called the customer and I said, "Hi." And I pretended I was a different person than before. I even
Yeah.
like made my voice a like pitch higher.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like down like it's like three different roads over was where I was supposed to go. They're like, okay, so we don't really know where you are. So can you just like go to the nearest bridge? And I was like, okay, I'm at the bridge. And mind you, they never asked me like I'm like, what side of the bridge? Like, am I supposed to be on the north side or the
Yeah.
south side of the bridge? Like,
Yeah.
which side of the canal?
Right.
Never told me. And then all of a sudden they're like, what color car are you driving? Is it white? And I'm like, no, it's silver. They're like, next thing I know, I look to my left. There's like three kids in the middle of the road waving their arms. It was their food. So
Okay.
so I delivered that one. Then, so you know where I live. It's very
Yeah.
spread out,
Yeah.
very rural.
Hmm.
So to drive from the restaurants to some of these houses, it's like a 25-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I had a delivery that was literally like down the road from my house.
Okay.
So like that's like a far delivery. Like that's the farthest
Yeah.
one I've done. And they won, you know how much I made off of it?
Mm.
$2. You know how much they tipped me? Nothing. And then
Oh.
and then they had the nerve to message me and be like, our food's not here. You need to go back and get it. And I'm like, I picked up the food from Burger King, which I have a whole nother story about a fiasco I had with them today.
Yeah. Let me know.
Um,
Tell us.
but so that was rude. And
Hmm.
then so the Burger King thing, this was yesterday. And I didn't let it kill my mood because I was having a really
Good.
good day
You're
yesterday.
having, yeah. Love that.
I walked in to pick up an order. Like, like you get the ding, you go to the place, right?
Yeah.
I walk in, I go, "Hi, I'm here to pick up for so and so." "Oh, you mean the order that's been sitting here for an hour?" I said, "Excuse me. I just got the alert on my phone." I said, "I don't need the attitude." And this
Yeah.
lady was like, her name's Barb. She's like probably like 60 something years old. But I was
Yeah.
like, "You are not going to give me attitude.
No.
Like, I do not control the DoorDash system. I
Yeah.
am
I
just
am
a
not.
driver."
Yeah. Literally, I'm at DoorDash.
Yeah.
I'm literally.
Why are you
It
yelling at me?
literally. How about you fuck off? How about that? Like that's so. I don't. That's what I don't get. Like I get it. Like you had actually just been stalling, which I don't know as a delivery driver why you would stall because it doesn't help you. But
No.
like if that was the first, I wouldn't care. Like honestly, I made the food. I left it there. Who cares?
Well,
Like
she goes, "Well, there's been times in the past where it's never been picked up. So we had to just throw it away so then we lose the money." And I'm thinking, you don't lose the money because still the person pays.
yeah, the person still had to pay. And why do you care so much? You just work at Burger King. None of that money goes to
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Oh, what's this concern of quality control or whatever? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, again, like we always like
Like,
to say, it's not that big of it.
it's
It's
not
seriously
that serious.
serious. It's so unserious. It doesn't matter. Like, why can't we just have like a fun girly pop time? Like, why does it not have to? Why does it have to be so like, woo, woo? Like
Yeah, I
that's
don't get it.
crazy. I don't get that. That's
Yeah.
really that's odd. See, that just like, yeah, no, that's no fun at all. That's gross.
No. But
And
warm and fuzzies,
oh yeah, go warm and fuzzy.
I'm going out
Yeah, she's going out to not the club,
tonight.
but you know,
I'm
the
not, I
time.
wish, but I am going to boozy bingo, but I do not
Ooh,
drink. So for me, it's just bingo.
just bingo.
Um, but I'm very excited. So,
Very cool. And we talked about this, guys, because she was like debating on because she was gonna try to go with her mom, and then her
my
mom.
mom's going now.
Okay, so good. Okay, amazing. Because at
Yes.
first
Because,
her mother
yeah,
wasn't
she
maybe
wasn't
gonna
going to
go.
go.
Okay,
And,
so
but
then
my
Jenna.
thing, guys, was I was like, okay, if I don't go, I'll never get invited to something ever again. So I have to go.
You have
But
to
I
go.
only have like so much of a social battery. So I'm like, been stressing all day about it, but I just have to man up and be social.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
my brother
honestly
told me.
that
Man
honestly
up.
that's man up and be social. And
Yep.
honestly, hey, sometimes you gotta just do like I speaking of being social, I joined this like group chat, just Facebook group for like young people in my county, in my area. Because I wanted to try to make new friends since I only have friends who are far older than me. In this, I don't have like, right, our age friends here.
Same. That's,
So
yeah.
you get it. You get it. And so I'm trying to make friends around my age. And so I joined this group. And so one of the things like someone was planning was to do a like get together but playing Monopoly Go. And I was like, I've gotten back into Monopoly Go. I'm still having my issues. I still, I don't play it as obsessively as I did, but I'm still like interested in playing it. So I'll go. And then and then so when you do that as a normal person, I think Jenna, you can understand this, and you can get my frustration. So if I'm planning to do something and I'm planning to do it with a bunch of people, and I'm getting a bunch of people responding to it that maybe I don't know well, I'm gonna try to figure out a time. I'll like kind of communicate with some of them, and then pick a time and stick to it. If 5 come, if 40 come, who cares? But like I'm
Yeah.
picking a time, and I'm not like going back and forth. So she like started with me a couple days ago. The person who's planning it, she was like, how does this day work? What days work for you? I'm trying to get an idea of people's schedules, which fair. Okay, good start. So
Okay.
I literally give her 2 days because I was like, I don't know. I can't really think too far ahead.
Makes sense.
I can do these 2 days and I'll give you around the times I can do it. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, cool. So then she's like, okay, so we've decided for Friday at 2 p.m. No, it was noon first. Noon. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I can maybe do that. Like I won't stay there too long, and then I have a good cutoff to leave and go to the podcast. And then she
Absolutely.
changed it, and she was like, okay, now we're gonna do 2. And so then I was gonna go, can't do it, podcast. Then not 13 seconds later, she changes it to 5 p.m. And I was like, she's like, oh, people just keep like, adding, I keep having to adjust it. And I was like, you should have just picked a time and
Yeah,
stuck
because
to it.
like you keep
The,
changing it, and now like I really don't want to go.
now that you keep changing it, I'm gonna
Now
bet
it's an
these people. Now
inconvenience.
it's really
Like
an inconvenience, and I imagine these people are really annoying, and I don't want to go now. Like
exactly.
they're gonna be aggravating as hell if it took this hot, like if it was this challenging to get together and play a game, like play Monopoly Go. I'm not gonna go. And the
I'm
later
good.
you push it, the more unlikely I am to go because I
Yeah.
don't want to leave the house at a certain hour. It's dark out, I don't go. Like I'm not going outdoors. I was even telling one because I had lunch with I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I know I'm 25 and I should be young. Well, see, it's different. Like if you wanted to go out and it was dark, I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? But like if it was a good time, like we're going to
Yeah.
a strip show, like we're
Yeah.
going
I
to
get it.
like then it's okay and I understand. With randos, sorry,
Yeah,
you could
no.
murder me.
You know, my brother told me today.
But
You'll appreciate this because you
I
know
will.
how I am.
Yeah.
He goes, "You need to spend some more time outside. It'll be good for you." He goes, "Maybe you could start like an outdoor hobby."
An outdoor.
I was
What
like,
would be?
"Aaron, do you know me?"
Have we met? I don't know if that really is what I do.
He's
I do things, but I don't know if it's that.
not outdoors.
No, I mean, like maybe I'll sit outside. You'll maybe sit out in like suntan because we did
Yeah,
that one time.
at
But
the
like,
pool, okay,
you
but
go to a
like,
pool, you'll sit at like
yeah.
read a book, but like an outdoor tip,
He said
maybe
I need like
kayaking.
to become one with nature. I was like, I'm
No,
good.
yeah, yeah. Nature and I are cool. It does its thing. I do my thing. We're good.
Yeah, like we're
Like
good.
as our professor, one of our professors, our first year boss, who said, we're copacetic.
Yes.
Like we're good. We're
I
cool.
would repeat that, but I can never say the word correctly. So I'm just
No,
gonna
honestly,
agree.
and
Indeed.
because indubitably, and honestly, because of someone that we used to be friends with, how she used to say it, make fun of how he said it. I used to like that's the first way I say it in my mind, which is wrong, and then I have to
That's why I
correct it.
can't do it, right?
Yeah,
Because of that, because it just like plays in my head.
it plays in it wrong, and then you're like, I could say it wrong, and I'm not,
I'm good.
messing with it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I totally, yeah, like honestly, like I'm good. I don't want like there's sometimes where maybe, but like now that I have a dog and I have to watch another dog for basically a week, like I go out. We walk around the neighborhood. That's nature, is it not? Like it's fine. Like and I will say the other one thing I would do in nature, which I don't really find it to be like a naturey thing, so it's not like too yucky, is there's we used to have like trains come through my county. It doesn't do it anymore, but they have these like they still have the train tracks. And so they've done like hand car like things where it's like a little thing you kind of like push and you like go down the thing and come back. That seems fun. They
See,
did that
that's
right
like
as
an
I
excursion.
an excursion. It's not
That's not
exactly
one with the
no,
nature.
no, no. I'm not exactly. It's not
Excursion.
that's just a fun excursion that happens to be outdoors. And I love that we're using the
Exactly.
word excursion because that's very housewives.
That's how I speak.
I love it. Housewives. I would love to continue to chat housewives because I sent you something on Instagram and I want to now
Yes,
talk to
you
you about
did.
here. So our favorite housewife, Erica Jane, if you're listening, she's gonna be on. It's called. There's a podcast that's called Two Peas in a Pod. It's two. Well, it used to be two former housewives. One was on Beverly Hills. It's Teddy and Tamara. Their
Oh,
podcast.
okay.
So their now Tamara's back on Housewives and Teddy is still not. Well, so Tamara can't do the recap, like she can't recap the show that her show that's currently airing. So what Teddy has done is brought in like for the first half, she brought in Alexia from Miami. Funny, hilarious, interesting. And the second half, she's bringing in our girl Erica.
I
And
love Erica.
I was like, it's because they did this whole like fun intro. I sent it to you, so you can watch
You
it.
did.
And
I
see how,
watched it.
yeah,
It
amazing,
like
right?
amazing.
Iconic.
Like I'm so
Again,
excited.
still iconic.
Like I
It's
see her and I'm just
I'm
like,
like, girl,
oh.
exactly. It's like, oh, your heart warmed. It's like, love.
Exactly.
So like that's honestly like the way that they do it. Honestly, I wish we could have because I know we have our Casey one and I love Casey. I know she doesn't really watch our shows, so it's harder to do. But I'd love another one, kind of like what we're doing right now, where we like recap we recap Housewives. We don't have to do like episode by episode, but just kind of talk Housewives because we love
I
it so
agree.
much.
We do need to do that.
But when
I
Beverly
started
Hills,
watching Orange County.
Orange County, did you start watching the most recent season?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And
What do you
I'm
think
like,
so far?
so far I'm like so I'm not. I don't have all the names down. So I'm
Okay,
just gonna
so
refer to them girl by girl because
girl
you'll
by
know
girl,
who I'm
please.
talking about.
Wait, where's my phone?
I'm not gonna be able to do it front by pictures either. I'll tell you.
But you'll okay, that's fair.
But you'll know who I'm talking about.
Okay, do you know you don't know names, but like you can describe them. You can describe it to me and I'll
by
figure it.
by what's going on. You'll be able
I'll
to.
get it. Yeah, I'll get it. Let's go.
So the one girl dating the other one's ex-husband. What the fuck? Why?
Okay.
Girl code. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So I want to give you context. So her name is Alexis Bellino. She was a former housewife. She was a full-time housewife for a couple of seasons. I think like seasons 5 through 7 or 8 of Orange County. Like she was on there for a while and then she got fired because she was boring or weird. And they used to call her Jesus Jugs. Like Tamara hated her and she referred to her as Jesus Jugs, which I find hilarious. She's always been a complete idiot and like has always chosen awful, gross men to be with. So like it's not shocking that she chooses to be with John Jensen. But the thing is that so it's kind of breaking girl code, especially if you're going to join the group of the woman Shannon, who dated him. But they don't know each other. Like Shannon.
Oh, okay.
And
Shannon Bodor.
Shannon Bedore. Yeah, it's
Bedore.
a weird word. So her name is Shannon Bedore Storms, which I find to be hilarious. But
there was some argument that they had. Oh, there's the door, Shannon Bedore.
And I was like, I love it. I love that, but also like so many people were like, "Damn, she really like rehearsed that line and really wanted to have a moment."
And like,
and I was like, honestly, kind of funny. It's really like so stupid. I respect you attempting to have a moment. It obviously doesn't land well because it is like a limerick, so like it really like a little rhyme, so it's like not very cute. Like it was kind of funny, and then when like Shannon like turns to the camera and goes, "Perfect." Like that was so good. I was like,
so good.
And I love they're like dragging the table over there. We're gonna have a discussion. So we need a fucking table to like.
And I love how the rest of them are like they're like listening.
Yeah, they're like sitting out there and they're like, guys, get closer. Can anyone read lips? We got to figure out what's going on. Like I love honestly. So good. I wish it would have like broken the fourth one and go, producer, can you like get us a mic? Like, can we hear what's going on?
We know.
Who doesn't want tea? Like, I don't want to wait until it airs. Give it to me now. We have to talk about it.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I would like to know the audio as it actually is, like what the conversation actually was. And then I would talk to Shannon and then I talk to Alexis and they go, yeah, you're so right. That's crazy. And then go to the other one. What a bitch, the other one.
Yeah, right. And then, but like know the truth in your head and be like,
you're like, damn, both of them were kind of crazy. Kind of love it though. That's But no, it was, so the first episode was good. How many have you only watched the first episode?
I think I've been through like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. So you're getting in there. So who do you like? You don't know names or of the one, like who do you like? Who are you vibing towards? Just off of the first couple episodes.
There's like this one girl who like I feel like she just had a really bad nose job. Who like I like her vibe. She kind of gives me like Whitney vibes.
Wait, is it she kind of has a short bob?
It starts with like a C.
Starts with a C.
Maybe?
No,
maybe
is it
not.
Gina? If I showed you a pic, would a picture?
Yeah, let me pull up some pictures.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna. I'll find. Let's see.
I also like. I think she's a new girl to it. Is it one of them new?
Yes, the Asian one is new.
Yes, I like her.
Okay, so I kind of like her. My only issue, and I don't know if you're there yet, is so I love Heather. So this is Heather. She has the dark brown hair. That's Heather.
Okay.
She's very rich. She literally sold her home last year for $55 million.
See,
That rich that
I don't have an opinion about her yet.
That's fair. I mean, last season was a little bit more of her. Not so far, it's not much yet. But so Katie is gonna come for Heather because Katie allegedly has like a receipt that like proves that Heather called the paparazzi last year, which I think is such a funny argument. Like that's hilarious that that's the argument you're gonna have. But like, so she comes in and she basically was like full steam ahead, gonna try to like out Heather for being a liar. And the interesting thing is, so Gina, who's this girl,
Yeah, that's the one.
that's the one. Okay, so
I think
Gina.
I might like her. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna do
So
something that I'm not gonna like. Like this,
so
like she seems like a hit or miss for me.
and I agree. I funny that you say that because no one, except kind of starting these past two episodes, no one has ever liked Gina. She is not well
Really?
liked on the franchise because she's not very rich. She is like she's had really bad because like she went through a divorce early on. I think like her second season, she went through a
Yes.
divorce, and so like she didn't have any money. It was a bad time for her. So she like the glam was low. It was
Gotcha.
very low budget. But so like I still found her to be very relatable and I enjoyed her because like she was, she was a good housewife of being involved in things. She just wasn't wealthy, but she was like good at
Gotcha.
like being involved. And her and Emily, I love Emily because, and I'll show you a picture of Emily. Emily is an attorney, so I have always had respect for Emily because I'm like, I get it. We're lawyers. We
Yeah.
went, so
It's
that's
like a
her.
secret club.
Exactly.
Okay.
And she's a bigger girl. Like she's the only
Yeah.
girl that ever pretty much be on one of these shows that's like, not a skinny little twig thing.
Yeah.
So like I've always kind of like respected her for that. She's always very adamant about like, and she always loves to eat. Like literally they were in a sauna, she pulled out a sandwich last season. Iconic. That's so
Amazing.
funny.
Like
Like
our
so I've
Heather
always
used to do, but now
yeah.
she's like,
Now she just has to be a skinny mini
yeah, it's
bitch.
fine.
We'll talk about that.
That's what
But
fame does to people.
exactly, I guess being famous and
I mean, if it was me, I'd probably do the same.
honestly,
Just
hey,
saying.
T would probably do this. I mean, like, we judge now, but definitely would do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And like, I know we get kind of judgmental when housewives are like messy in like the wrong way, because there's a good way to be a messy housewife, and you need to be
Absolutely.
messy. But then there's like Erica Jane, always kind of a little messy, but in the best way. Like
In the
she's
best way.
honest and like so like just like herself that it comes out maybe a little bit messy, but in reality, it's just who she is.
I agree.
But it's the best.
It's just like you can respect it.
You can respect it, and that so that's something that like I may not like always agree with how certain housewives, especially like on Orange County as we're talking about, but like I can respect it if you're a housewife that is trying to get involved and you're like trying to be a part of the group and you're trying to have like like maybe not so much a moment, but you're trying to keep yourself involved and keep yourself
Yeah.
involved in some fashion. Like I remember last season we were watching Salt Lake City and like you just saw like Angie sometimes pop into a frame. It was hilarious because I was like, you get yourself in front of fucking camera.
Exactly.
Like, you
Yeah.
get timer time. The camera time is not going to find you. You find it.
Exactly.
So get your shit together. But I think that so I currently am liking Orange County just because it's like it's not super intense dark drama. It's stupid petty stuff.
Exactly. Like it's like, and it's stuff that where it's like you probably shouldn't, like calling the one out about, or yeah, Shannon about her DUI, like over and over and over and over.
And it keeps
again.
going on. It keeps so like once you get like all up to date, it's honestly wild. Like they keep talking about it. And the thing is, so I think especially Tamra, who I'll show you a picture, she I think came into because her and Shannon, the one
Yes,
who had the
I know
DUI.
what Tamara looks like.
Yeah, so Tamra,
Yes.
yeah. So Tamra and Shannon used to be really, really close. They had a falling out because allegedly of this DUI situation. Because from Tamra's perspective, Shannon wasn't taking like the DUI seriously. She was basically being like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. I'll keep drinking." When like when Tamra believes she has a drinking problem, and so it comes off bad because like I'll use us as an example. If I thought you had a drinking problem, and the way I would go about trying to like address it, so you get a DUI, and I think before that you have a drinking problem, then you get a DUI. My approach would not be to be mean to you. My approach wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, why don't you care about this program? You're being such an idiot." Like I would try the approach of being like,
Yeah.
"What is going on? Like what's wrong? Like I want to be here for you." And then if you were still like drinking and still pretending you didn't have a problem, then I would probably be like, "Girl, what the fuck are we doing here?" Like
Yeah.
then we'd get things together, and I would. But I'm never gonna like call you out as an alcoholic in front of a group. Like we're like doing the
Like I
show.
just finished like the one dinner where they like she like attacks her about drinking,
Yeah.
And then in the next breath, Alexis is like, "Oh, and by the way, you have this loan and the facelift that my boyfriend paid for you." And I'm like, "This poor girl." Like,
I know, literally, poor girl. And the thing too is like with that, as we know as lawyers, so if someone gives you money and there's not a clear like saying of I want you to pay me back, and especially when you're dating, if someone gave me money for a facelift, which kind of iconic, kind of
it's a
funny,
gift.
it's kind of it's a gift. Exactly.
It's a
What am I supposed
gift.
to do? Undo the facelift and give you
Yeah.
the money back? And also, you can tell it was BS because then I think later on, like current day, because Shannon was doing press, she literally told someone she was doing the press and they asked her about the whole situation. She goes, "Well, I actually offered to pay him in full, including some attorney's fees, so the $75,000 plus some attorney's fees, and end the case." And he said no. And I was like, okay, because you don't care. You really just wanted to have a moment on TV. You didn't. And
Exactly.
also, the facelift happened months ago. The facelift happened even prior to them filming. Like they
I
had
loved
it
how
was
some of the girls were like, "Oh man, damn, she got a facelift. She looks
well, I know
great."
so everyone's fighting and they go, damn, she looks good. And I was like, exactly. That's so funny. You're having a huge dispute, and then, oh my God, girl, she kind of looks good. That food is kind of good. See, that would be us. Like two people would be fighting. We would go, damn, the food is good here. And she kind of looks good. I know we have an issue with her. She's kind of ugly.
But hey,
Hey, that's a good outfit. A good outfit's a good outfit. That's what I'll say.
yeah,
Like I think it would be such a good comedic relief in
I
a
agree.
housewife show. That's why we're
Because we
still
just
trying
don't
to get
care.
I don't care. And honestly, I'd fight with you the next day. Like we would fight with someone, and I'd see the next day, "Yo, what's good? How you doing?" Like
Yeah,
I keep it moving, especially if I was
we
filming the show. I would know the
exactly.
assignment would to keep it moving. Like obviously, I might yell at you at night, but the time morning comes around, I'm having it. I'm having a breakfast sandwich or eat some, and I'm moving it
Exactly. We're
along.
on vacation, man. Like,
It's,
come on
yeah,
now.
exactly. When they were going on the vacations, so here I have. So they're going to go on a group trip, but they're actually going to divide the group in half, and they've never done this on a Housewives show that I can remember.
Interesting.
Yeah, so half the group goes somewhere and half the group goes the other place. So I'm gonna give you the options. You let me know where you're gonna go, and then we'll close out the episode because I know
Okay.
we have to leave it. But so you get the option of going to the mountains, Big Bear, which is like snowy mountains.
Yep.
Or you get to go into this huge ass mega mansion that's 8 million, like $9 million, and like all nice and new, and you don't have to do anything.
You
And
had
you get a
me
pool.
at a different option of the woods. So
No, I knew you were gonna be
I
like,
catch me in the
no,
mansion.
yeah, it's like literally like because the funny thing is that Gina is trying to sell this home, and so the person that she's like selling it for used to be a former Real Housewife. Like she was only a one
Ah,
season wonder, but so she is like selling her home now for like $9 million, and she was like, oh yeah, you can have the girls come stay there for the weekend. So like all the girls are just staying in this like nice ass house for the weekend, and then the other half have to go to Tamara's house in Big Bear that has like a leak and is like small and not as nice. And I was like, damn, I go, can I go back? Can I go on the other girls' trip?
yeah,
This
be
is
like,
not
sorry
fun
guys,
anymore.
I'm out.
I'm
Like,
fucking done. Like, I'm not doing this bullshit anymore. I go, so first
yeah.
off, I knew it was gonna be cold. I don't want to be cold though. I don't know why. Like
Same.
the new girl had to go with like Alexis, Tamara, and someone else. Who's another
That sounds
person?
like an awful
That
time.
sounds awful. And the entire trip to Big Bear, like Alexis was just running her mouth about her boyfriend. And I was like, I'd say literally, I'd like find a producer and go, you're gonna get me the fuck away from here.
Yeah.
Like,
Be like,
like
I'm
send
not getting paid enough for this.
no, exactly.
Like,
I don't like being relegated as the new girl to this bullshit trip. I'll go on the other trip where I'm fighting with everyone. I would rather that.
exactly.
I'll go to my nice mansion and I will fight with everyone and then I'll leave.
And I'll have a good ass time
And
doing
I'll
it.
have a good and I'll drink. And honestly, let's drink and have a good time. And like, but this
Yeah.
not fun. Like, no,
No.
I'm not doing it. Like, you could not pay me much. And I was like, no,
I feel
unless you're
like if
paying
they
me like
ever were
six.
like, "Oh, we're going somewhere where it's snowing," I'd be like, "You know what? I think I want to pass on this trip, guys. You guys have fun.
I'll be a friend.
Bye."
Honestly, if that means I'm a friend of, fine. I'll be a friend of. I'm
Fine,
not
because
go.
like I
I'm not
really
going
just
on this
don't
bull.
do that.
I don't do that. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. That's just not gonna happen
Like
for me.
I'm gonna pull a Mary and just be like, "Nah,
Nah,
guys,
I'm good. I'm
can't."
super okay. Thanks though. But like that's what's funny about the upcoming because they just had their mid-season trailer and they're gonna go to England, London. They're gonna London, England. I don't care. I'll go.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
there.
That's
Okay,
but so it was funny
that's
because
different.
that's they're honestly totally different. But I was like, because international, cool, I'll do it. And so
Exactly.
the thing is so Shannon's organizing that trip and she texts Alexis and goes, hello, Alexis. I just want to let you know I'm hosting all of the girls to go to London, England. You are not invited. Isn't that so iconic? You're not coming. We're gonna have a fun time. You're not coming.
That's like so good. But like I respect it because like there's been other
Yeah,
trips that we've seen where like they'll be like, "Oh, you didn't get an invitation? Well, just come. Be my get plus one."
I see that
And then she's
bullshit.
like, no, like I'm not even giving that as an option. I don't
No,
want you there.
it's like I'm getting out in front of this and saying you cannot come, and I
Yeah,
love that. Honestly,
I
I would just
respect that.
like if we got to a place where like this rant, because honestly, to Shannon, she's this rando girl that starts dating her ex boyfriend to cause an issue with Shannon. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I'm
I'm not
good.
coming like we're super cool, and that's the thing. Like I just don't get about Alexis to come back on the show to terrorize Shannon, but then also on the flip side, you want to be friends with Shannon. How is that
Yeah,
going to work? You're
it
dating
doesn't.
her ex boyfriend that she is having all these issues with. Why are you trying to? It's just crap. But tis
Till
the
next time.
housewives. Till next exactly
Till next
exactly
time.
exactly. When you get all caught up, we'll talk about it again. Which
Yes, yeah.
can't
That
wait.
might play. I should be caught up by next week. Because like
Perfect.
I like to, like listen to it first and then I'll go back and rewatch it like in detail.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's good. Like
So
it's good to
that's what
like
I've been
let it
doing.
like wash over you and then like and
Yeah.
I love that's why I've been loving rewatching Salt Lake City. But
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to air. But okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Catch you next
What a
week.
fun episode. Yes. Catch us next week. You know where to find us on Instagram, TikTok,
Always.
Facebook, everywhere. Check us out.
Socials. We'll be
Socials.
there.
We'll be there.
All right. Bye guys.
Bye.